This is going to be the most comprehensive video you're going to watch about surveys. Yeah. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 5 surveys you can start as a beginner, how to make your first $20 from taking these surveys, and everything you need to know from registering on this survey site to answering the questions to making your first survey payment. Yeah. So I'm going to make this video as comprehensive and practical as possible, meaning everything I'm going to say here, you can start implementing them ASAP and start seeing results. So do well to hit that subscribe button and stay to the end. Now, without wasting much of our time, let's quickly dive into the top 5 best surveys for beginners. Why I'll say these are very good surveys for beginners is because they don't require the use of any UK number or fancy setup. The only thing you need to start taking these surveys is a VPN, your smartphone, and internet connection. So the first survey on my list is Custard Survey. Now, this is the best, this is the easiest survey on this list. Yeah, this is a survey that will actually help us attain about 50% of our $20 in 3-day challenge I'm going to be showing you in this video. Yeah. So the survey is called Custard Survey. Now, unlike other surveys, you are not there to answer questions. On Custard, you are there basically to perform task. Yeah. So the task ranges from asking you to register on different platforms and then you get paid. Custard is very easy like that. So you just put on your VPN, yeah, mostly UK VPN. Every survey I'm going to be mentioning here are all UK surveys, yeah. So you put on your VPN and register on the platform and start performing tasks. Yeah. On Custard, you can earn as much as $10 in a single day. Yeah. So the next survey on my list is 5 surveys. 5 surveys too require no UK number. Now, just as the name implies, 5 surveys, if you can complete 5 surveys there, you earn $5, meaning every survey you complete on 5 survey is $1. Yeah. So your tax there could be to just try as much as you can to complete 5 survey per day and you earn $5 per day. The next survey there on my list is Curious Cat. Now, I always say I love Curious Cat the most. Now, to be on the safer side, Curious Cat is not a survey website, it's a survey app. Yeah, so you won't find it on the website. You would go and download the app on Play Store. Yeah, so but if you're not in the UK, you will not find this app on Play Store. I've made a video on how to get a UK Play Store. I will put the link somewhere above. So you go watch the video on how to get a UK Play Store and download Curious Cat. Yeah. So why I love Curious Cat is because the questions on these surveys they like never end. Although they pay less, but the questions almost never end. They just keep coming. So and they are very, very easy to do and requires very less time compared to other survey sites. So you can perform as survey that is worth 20 cents, 20 cents, about 10 of these surveys in 2 hours, and you make about $2. Or you can perform surveys of 30 cents, 20 cents, here and there, and you make about $3 to $4 in a day on Curious Cat. Now, number 4 and 5, I would like to merge them together. Hey Piggy and Hey Cash. They seem like similar surveys, but they are very, very beginner friendly. Yeah. So they seem similar. You can just go on the site and perform the surveys there and earn money. So these are my 5 surveys for beginners. You don't need a proxy or any fancy setup. All you need, like I said, is a VPN, your smartphone, and internet connection. So we have Custard Survey, we have Curious Cat, we have 5 Survey, HeyCash, and Hey Piggy. Now, the next question on your mind is how do I register on these platforms and what do I need to register? Now, like I said earlier, if you stay with me to the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you a roadmap on how you can make your first $20 in 3 days taking surveys from this platform. Yeah, and please do well to hit the subscribe button right now. Now, what do you need to register? The only thing you need to register is a VPN. Yeah, I've made a video on free VPNs you can start using if you are new to the survey world. You can go check out the video or I recommend you using Mysterium VPN. It's a very beginner friendly VPN, although it's kind of expensive. I think the last time I checked, the price for Mysterium VPN is about 18,000 naira per month. But here's the flip side: you can merge with your friends. If you have friends that are ready to start taking survey, you can combine with them. You guys would save up money and buy survey. You can be like four persons, save up 4,000 naira and buy this survey, and the four of you can use Mysterium VPN to take survey. Yeah, you guys can actually share the logins or whatever and use the VPN. Now you need a Mysterium VPN, a postcode and address. You can get that using dogal.co. Yeah, so that will help you generate your postcode, your address you can use for this VPN. Another thing is what we call survey profiling. Now, when you start taking survey, there are certain questions they will always ask you on repetition. Now, this question include: how old are you? How many persons are in your family? What's your profession? What's your annual income? What's your household annual income? Now, these questions mostly are meant to know the kind of survey they would send to you, and also to know your level of consistency. So you need to have a kind of book, or a jotter where you write the answers to these questions down. Yeah. So like your age, your sex, if you have kids, and those answers. So you continue staying consistent. Anytime you see questions like that, you give them the same answer. So if you use an email for survey A, you use that same email for survey B, the answers you fill in for these two surveys should be the same. They should be consistent. So you cannot tell survey A that you are a banker, and in survey B you tell them that you are a doctor. Yeah. So if you are using the banker profile, you should be a banker all through for that particular email address you are using to register. Yeah. So that's what we call survey profiling. There are lots of questions. I'm making a PDF on likely questions you most likely encounter, and the better answers to give for these questions. Yeah. So that's basically what you need. You need a VPN, you need your postcode and your address, because you'll be asked to fill some of this information, and also you need to be able to profile yourself. Now, another thing again, you want to stay consistent, is you always want to stay consistent logging in. Yeah. So survey favors people that are consistent. So you can't do survey today and leave the platform for 4 days before you come back again. They'll see you as unserious. So you must, log in every day, take even a couple of questions. It could be one or two questions, and go back. That way your account remains active. Now let's dive into the roadmap to making your first $20 in 3 days. Now, the first thing you want to do on day one is to register on Curious Cat and Custard Survey. Now, at this point, I'm assuming your VPN is already set up and you've already downloaded, how to download the Curious app. Yeah. So you want to register on Curious Cat and Custard Survey. Now, the first thing you want to do, the first platform you want to pay attention to is Custard. I'm going to leave a screenshot here. So you go there, you search for those tasks on the screenshots that will be on my screen right now, and perform those tasks. Now those tasks would sum up to about $10 on Curious Cat. Now on Curious Cat, it takes about 3 days for them to verify your task. So when you do it on day one, you're done. Immediately you are able to attain up to $10 on Curious Cat for day one. Even if the tasks are not verified yet, you're done. You can do this within 1 hour, by the way. Curious Cat, even less, you can do it in 30 minutes. Curious Cat does not take that much of the time. Yeah. So after you're done on Custard, yeah, Custard is what I'm talking about. After you're done on Custard, you can move to Curious Cat. Yeah, like I told you, Curious Cat is an app, so you can perform those smaller surveys. 10 cents, they are calculated in points, so 10 points, 20 points. The goal for the one on Curious Cat is to make about 200 to 300 points. Yeah, so between 200 to 300 points. So your goal for the one is to make sure you make up to $10 on Custard Survey, performing the basic tax, that is registering on different platforms using Custard, and make up to 200 to 300 points on Curious Cat. Yeah. So after you're done with day one. On day two, The next site we want to register on day 2 is 5 survey. And like I told you, 5 survey, for every 5 survey you complete, you are paid $5. So when you register on 5 survey, your task, your major goal for day 1 or day 2, that's the we are on day 2 now, is to completely answer 2 questions on 5 survey. Now you might be wondering why I set it at 2. You might be saying you can answer the whole 5 questions. Yeah. As a beginner, when you register on survey platforms, you would be disqualified for a lot of survey. Yeah. So at a point, you start wondering how people actually make money from this platform. The truth is, as a beginner, you can apply for 10 surveys and only one would accept you. Only one would be a successful survey. So your goal is not to too stress it or think about it too much. Just try to completely answer 2 surveys on 5 survey. Yeah, completely answer 2 surveys on 5 survey. So when you are done with your 2 surveys on 5 survey, you go over to Curious Cat and also try as much as you can to make um 200 points on Curious Cat. Yeah. So when you do that for day 2, you're done for day 2. So on day 3, now that you have already warm up your account on 5 survey, you want to try as much as you can to complete 3 tasks on 5 survey. You want to complete 3 tasks on 5 survey. Now, just try as much as you can to answer completely 3 survey questions, 3 survey tasks. That will sum you up to $5 on 5 survey. And also on Curious Cards, try again as much as you can to answer about to get about 200 points answering small questions here and there. So at this point, we have $10 on Custard, we have $5 from 5 survey, and we have 600 points on Curious Cards, which sums to about $6. Yeah. Now this is another thing on Custard. Always log in. So even after day 1, when you're done answering your questions on Custard, on day 2, still log in to search for any task and just perform. Even if you do not perform any tasks, log in and just roam about the site. On day 3, still log in. The reason you're doing that is so they don't think you just came in to get $10 and you want to leave the platform. Yeah. So you are still actively logging in and trying to perform tasks, even if you can't. Yeah. Just still log in. There will still be tasks for you to perform there. The whole aim I'm trying to point out is how to make your first $20 here. Now, so by day 3, we have accumulated these funds. Yeah. Then it's time to place withdrawal. So by then, every email you use in registering for these platforms should be the email that is your PayPal address. Yeah. So the email you use to create your PayPal is the email you should use to register on this platform. If you don't know how to create your PayPal, you can Google on YouTube on how to create a UK PayPal account. Yeah. Or the PayPal is now in Nigeria, so you can just create a PayPal account in Nigeria using the email address you are going to use to register for this platform. It should be the same email address. Yeah. So after you're done with day 1, day 2, day 3, it's time to place our withdrawal. You can place your withdrawal using PayPal. When you place your withdrawal using PayPal, your withdrawal gets to PayPal. It would probably get to PayPal within a day or 2. It's not that far. It doesn't take much of a time. Yeah. Although sometimes on Custard, withdrawals can take up to 3 days too. So when you eventually get your money deposited to your PayPal account, you can withdraw it to your Grey.co account. I've also made a video on how to create a Grey.co account where you can connect it to your PayPal and withdraw money directly to your Nigerian bank account. So you should go and check it out here. So and that's it. In 3 days, you can make approximately $20. Now, if you follow this structure, like I said, follow this structure, create a custard account, and take these surveys I've pointed out, I can almost guarantee you that in 3 days, you can make between $10 to $20 that you would cash out. Now, what I'm saying is not even $20, it's £20. I also got to realize that a pound is equal to 2,000 naira. So £20 is equal to 40,000 naira. Yeah. So do well to implement everything you've learned in this video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.